Hi, Sagittarius. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless love reading for my Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and any cross watchers. Always welcome. Today, I'm going to ask my spirit guides what is coming towards you, any energy that's around you, any loving messages that spirit wants to share with you. So welcome back to my channel, everybody. If you're new, I'm so grateful spirit has guided you here today. Spirit, please share with me loving messages. Please use my readings to help you to manifest the love that you are worthy and deserving of, or to confirm a love that's come into your life. Thank you, Spirit. I am listening for you now. I have healing energy, healing water. Let the light kind of shine over you. I'm doing a mermaid, oceanic theme today. So I have lots of mermaid themed cards. So this healing energy, a circle of friends, surrounding yourself with other people that are healing as well and helping heal others, they're saying. So some of you could be a healer yourself in some way, a spirit guide yourself. I have the future. What does my future have in store for me? They're saying the answers are within you. You already know where you're headed and what it is that you want. And it's just a matter of time that you're there and you'll look back and say, oh my God, everything that I manifested, everything I prayed for is here with me now. So I feel like whatever you're looking into that crystal ball with, I feel like it will appear. So just keep looking into your crystal ball. Gorgeous. I have memories. I feel like it's okay to have memories. Maybe I have a lost loved one that I think about. Maybe I've let somebody go recently, but it is more of a feeling of fond memories. It's more of a feeling of it's a part of me. It's a part of my footprint. It's a part of my journey. And I really don't have any regrets. And I'm trying to just look at the memories as just part of my story. So I feel like that's probably a positive way to look at anything along those lines. It's time for me to re-energize. I have been working on myself and I have been, I'm going to say recharging, just maybe you have been working out. Maybe you have been eating better. Maybe you, I don't know, got a new hairdo, new outfits, got your nails done recently. But it's a feeling of I needed to recharge. And I'm going to say that the recharging worked. There's this feeling of, because I recharged, it worked in my favor. Okay. So sometimes the door opens only after you kind of pull yourself back together and you're in the place that you need to be. So sometimes we just have to definitely heal, definitely recharge. So I'm in agreement with that. But somehow the recharging worked in your favor. Let's hold on to that for a moment. I have an Ace of Wands. I have a Five of Wands. I have a Five of Swords. And I have a Six of Wands. Spirit's sharing with me that there's no competition. Okay. If you feel like you're up against someone for some reason, that they choose you is what they're saying. Whoever they is. Maybe it's somebody new, but it's a feeling of they're going to choose you because you're the best choice. They're going to choose you because they're the most attracted to you. You are the most exciting person that has come their way. They are learning from you. They're growing. They're expanding from you. They want to capture you is really what's going on. So this feeling of competition, that there's someone else out there, maybe somebody that you're thinking of, I'm going to say there is a feeling of they walk away. Okay. A little bit of like, I was thinking about somebody. Maybe they've been casually dating somebody. Maybe they let somebody go, that they didn't want to have a conflict. They don't want to be in a third party situation. So they could meet you and they could let somebody else go because they'd rather be with you. But I'm not feeling a third party. I'm not feeling that you're breaking up a marriage. I'm not feeling any of those things. It could be, they've been talking to somebody else. They might be, online dating, chatting with a couple of different people, but they want to date you. So maybe they have to let somebody else off the hook. I have a 10 of Cups, but yeah, there's no competition when you enter into this, is what they're saying. I have a 6 of Swords, but it's in reverse. That's interesting because I usually have my cards upright position just because that's how I prefer to read. But six of Swords in reverse. So you're already where you need to be. You're already, ready to move forward. You've already done the work to move on. I have a Queen of Swords. And I have Strength. I'm looking for stability. I'm looking for happiness. I feel like you're secure in the sense that you're where you want to be. It could be your career, your home, your emotions, things like that. So this is a feeling of, I want to be in an emotionally stable relationship. That could be the most important thing to you, that you've been in other types of relationships, but you, at the end of the day, when you look at what you've learned, you really want to just feel like the person who you are sharing your life with isn't going anywhere. Okay. And I know that there's no guarantees with that, but that you trust them and you feel emotionally secure. So whoever this person is going to have the ability to eventually give that to you. I think that feels really good. Let's get a couple more of these. I have a 6 of Pentacles. I have a King of Wands. And I have a Hanged Man. Now, before they have to let somebody go to be, you might be in limbo just for a short period of time. Okay. You may be, I don't want you to wait for somebody, but I mean, I don't know how long the waiting is. Maybe you're waiting a couple of weeks. But there could be, I'm not going to start anything with you if, you're talking to somebody else. Like, that's not something I'm interested in doing. So, but I do feel like this person ultimately is very generous. I do feel like they're very giving. And I do feel like they have a lot to give with that King. So let's see what else they have. I have the number 36, the Pilot Whale. You are your own fate and control your own destiny. You are in control. So even if you feel like this person, or you're in limbo for some reason, you're waiting for this person to decide. They decide. Maybe you took some time to recharge. Maybe you took some time away from them to say, I'm not really interested in somebody who's kind of dating more than one person. If you want to just, date one person, then I might be interested. So they cut the strings and the ties of somebody that they're not as interested in is what's going to happen. So they walk away from someone else to be with you is really what's happening. I have the Cregan, the number 38. Your success and happiness lie within you. You waiting for somebody and being in limbo, that's not going to make you, this person's not going to make or break you. Okay. You're happy, you're confident, you're successful in your own right. So you can just move on with your life, do what you're doing now, and wait for this person to decide that they're going to put all their energy into you, because it's kind of like all or nothing is really how I'm feeling it. Like, you're kind of standing strong with this person. Like, I need you to be all or nothing, or I'm not really in, if that makes sense. All or nothing. The number 37, the Great Sea Monster. To accomplish your dream, plan, and believe. Yeah, I'm not going to give up. I'm stronger than you think. I know what it is that I want. I know what it is that I see my future. I know what I need in my own future. And I'm not interested in playing games. I'm not interested in competition. I'm not interested in being an option. So I feel like it's all or nothing. And you know what? Good for you. That's how you should stand on your own 2 feet and say things like that to somebody. Spirit, please share with me. What is it that you want us to know about this connection? It's a Lover's card. So they're going to say, how could they not choose you? They're going to see that you're their soulmate. They're going to see that there's something inside of this connection that is different. I have a 7 of Pentacles. I have a 6 of Wands. They want to capture you. And I have a 10 of Pentacles. So I can see a life together. I can see us building a life. I can see us putting in energy and time into this life. I feel very secure. I'm going to say I feel financially and emotionally secure now, which is something that I think is important for on both sides. So right now, I feel like this person recognizes you. Spirit just said they recognize you as their, you know, whether they say it out loud, but they recognize you as their soulmate. You know, and it's maybe they just say, there's something about you. I'm sure they say it in a different way. They're not going to say, I recognize you as my soulmate. I mean, nobody talks like that. But subconsciously, they are, and psychically, they're recognizing you as their soulmate. And that's why they drop whatever they had going on with anybody else and they choose you. So that's really, yeah, 2 of Cups. It's very much from the moment I meet you, I realize that you're the one. I realize that there's something else here. I don't want to see anybody else. I'm going to cut strings to anybody I'm talking to. Sometimes people have those loose ends, you know, somebody that they were kind of dating on and off, and, you know, they still talk to them or they hook up with them every once in a while. And, you know, it's not like they want to be with that person, but somehow they just don't ever really let go. And, you know, so you say, do you have any loose strings? Is there anything in your closet? And they say, yeah, maybe, but it's not you. It's nothing like you. So that's what's going to happen. So they end something. There's my Death. Yeah, it's a cutting strings with their past so that they can move on to something new. And maybe they're saying it's time for them also. Maybe it's a long time coming to really kind of have a clean slate for the first time in their life and be with somebody, just the 2 of you, and be exclusive. So it's a long time coming for them to be in a committed relationship. I'm going to say it that way. Spirit, please share with me. It feels good. I have the Flying Fish, breaking the limits. I feel like it was more of a, you broke them down, that you gave, I'm not a big ultimatum person, but it's kind of like, you know, it's all or nothing. It's not necessarily an ultimatum. It's I'm not going to live with anything less than I'm the only one. So I do feel like that was kind of a breaking point. And if it meant that they were going to lose you, then they definitely said, I'm all in. I have a jellyfish, going with the flow. I want to see where this goes. I want to see what's underneath all of this. I just want to see, you know, what we could be together. I have an orca pod, family, mentor, that there's more than one of us is how that's coming into me. So you're not just making a decision for yourself. Many of you could be making a decision for your children at the same time. If I invite this person into my life, it's going to not only affect me, it's going to affect my family. So I feel like that's important. I have the Nautilus, a sacred geometry and a divine harmony. It's perfect. It is perfect. And a little bit of a, I don't want to say, I mean, it's kind of like my head is spinning. I wanted to say spiraling out of control, but that made it sound like I wasn't in control of this. But maybe this person makes your head spin a little bit, you know, which is kind of fun. That there's something about this person that's so exciting, and you can't get them out of your mind. You know, your mind is spinning on this person all day long as well. So that feels nice. That's a good thing. I have a 2 of Wands. I have a Queen of Swords. You're making up your mind too. I have a Page of Wands. And yeah, I'm going to say right from the start, I don't think it's going to take much for this person to decide that you're the one. I feel, look at the olive branch. I almost feel like that it comes in with an apology that maybe when they met you, they didn't admit the first time they met you that there was somebody else in the background. They're not married. They're not necessarily a relationship with that person. It could be friends with benefits. It could be somebody that they've been hanging out with for a long time, for whatever, you know, something like that. But I feel like the olive branch is more like, I should have told you right from the beginning, but people don't come out and say that until they kind of know they want more with somebody. So right now, I feel like it comes back as, I should have told you. I should have told you that I have this kind of long-term friend that they're in love with me, but I'm not in love with them. And I have a hard time saying no to them because I feel bad. Maybe I feel bad cutting this person out of my life, or we have a lot of history together. But it doesn't mean they want to be with that person, but that person could be in love with them still, or something along those lines. But I have a Knight of Swords. Yeah, I'm going to say that from the moment they see you, they want to get this moving forward. And then it turns into you standing your ground with, I'm not really interested. I spent a lot of time re-energizing myself, recharging myself, healing myself. I spent a lot of time making sure that I'm making good choices for myself. So the last thing I'm going to do is put myself in a situation that there's somebody else in the picture. That's just not me. I'm not doing it. So as soon as you stood your ground, it forces this person to move faster because they're going to lose you. So they're going to make a decision. They're going to cut ties with somebody else is how it really feels today. I have a Hanged Man. Yeah, there's a little bit of a waiting period, unfortunately, between what has to happen in the beginning. So you say to them, when you're no longer attached to anything, when you no longer feel like it's complicated, or you're in a situationship, let me know. Okay. And they come back and say, okay, I'm no longer in a situationship. I want to start something. And that's okay, you know, as long as they've done it. But it's not the person who says, let's try this out and see where it goes. No, it's like, you want to see where it goes? You better have a clean slate. You're too strong for that, Sagittarius, they're saying. So we've got this beautiful sun. We're ready to move forward with this new beginning. What are the feelings around this connection? Future feelings? What is it you need me to know, Spirit? You've changed me forever, and you're tattooed on my heart. I've never met anybody like you. How about something like that? I want you to try and understand me, please. A little bit of the olive branch. You know, maybe you say, I wish you had told me sooner. I wish I had known. I don't know. Sometimes people are like, I need to get to know you first before you know, like, my whole history with everybody in my life. I will be calling you soon. So if you've given somebody an ultimatum out there and you are waiting for them to decide, I'm going to say I will be calling you soon. That could be the message of the day for you, is that whoever you have on your mind is ready to get this thing started. So that's something that feels really encouraging, doesn't it? Thank you for being there for me. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for listening. Good. It's you and me forever. So they could be already thinking, you're my forever person. Marry me. I feel like that's I don't want to say a joke, but I feel like this person is already thinking that if this is as strong as they think it is right from the beginning, that is it time for them to settle down with somebody? Is it time for them to actually commit to somebody for the first time? You know, so I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't, because I feel like they're willing to cut ties, cut strings in order to see where this goes. And maybe it is them thinking that you could be the one. So I'm definitely going to hold on to that for today. Let's put this out into the universe. I want to thank Spirit for these messages. If you're new to my channel, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you always for your kind words, your comments. If you'd like to book a private reading, my website is kathymamolen.psychicmedium.com. Also, I have 2 other YouTube channels. I have a Pick a Card channel, and I have a Twin Flame Soulmate channel, and the link for that channel is in the description below. So check out those 2 channels for some additional readings. I hope you enjoyed this reading. It felt like great energy, and we'll see you all again real soon.